Buenos Dias Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a mother. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye. As you can tell by that thumbnail, indubitably in a menudo style and direct fashion today, we're going to get straight into it. Do they really want that smoke? I don't think so, Holmes. It says it right there. And one never knows does one. But at the end of the day, everybody's different. Some people are going to want that. Also, I'm scared they're going to creep and crawl through the clouds, bring the smoke on, and some are like, fuck that Charlie. Well, I've been in conversation these last few days with a couple individuals on 4 yards, 3 yard, things of that nature. You know what I mean? And I've talked to some of the guys on the S&Y side, bro. You know what I mean? And to be totally honest with you, some of the individuals on them 4 yards, man, they don't want no bit of that schmizzo, right? With this integration happening, and it's really starting to take place, man, they just snatched up 4 or 5 more people on Friday to put them in what they're putting them in is like a central yard over there, at least in Kern Valley, which was basically used as a COVID overflow yard. So what they did was they cleared a whole building out, and they were placing individuals in there that had COVID, you know what I mean? To keep them segregated from other individuals. So that way there wasn't a fucking epidemic and everybody got the shit. Which is fucking very rare for the CDC to do that because usually they don't care. Toma. You get what you got what you get. Where are your fucking antennas when the vatos sneezing? Go on the other side of the yard. But I can't because there's some fucking chirujos. I don't care, right? Go. Vámonos. Right? So that's usually how it goes. But they did, man. They did. Whether it was because fucking this is the way they figured it out. It was going to be like that. Or they just, I don't know. Whatever the case may be, there was an overflow yard or an overflow building with people with COVID would go over there. So that's been cleared. That building's been cleared. So what they're doing with that building is they're basically sending these STG group gang members from the S&Y yards, Northern Riders, Zapatista, 2-5ers, whatever else may be. They're shooting them over there and they're, sit down here. We're so disgusted with you. We don't know what to do, right? They're putting them there. And a lot of these vatos are like, it is what it is, man. They're just getting moved from one cell to the next. Now, you got to understand, when you're incarcerated and you're in prison, it's just a move. Sometimes you get settled in with a good celly, good yarda, you get a good jale. Everything's going good on that yard. You don't want to move, okay? But you have no choice. When they tell you to roll it up, throw that paper suit on, and you're dipping and dashing with a whole lot of energy, you got to go, right? That's just it. That's just what it is. You're going to go one way or the other. They're going to throw you on a bus, whether you're in fucking shackles screaming or Sasuke, you walk fucking willingly. Either way, you're going to be on that bus, period. Once the committee deems you to transpack and get the fuck up out of here, you're the fuck up out of here, right? For the most part, it's usually not a surprise, okay? They're not just going to surprise you, come to your door and tell you, hey, you're out of here. You're like, what, right? I've seen it happen. It's happened to me. Very rare occasions. Most of the time you're transpacking, you already know you're leaving. You already know you're leaving weeks prior sometimes. Where you're going into that, things of that nature, not all the time do you know, sometimes you do. It's just good, they just transpack me. I'll be on solid diagnosis in 2 weeks. Is that right? You want me to have the clavo ready? Yeah, I know. Tell my jefita to send the package and put some clavo in it, right? So it's all good. Now, trip. So what they're doing is they're taking these S&Y groups, these gang members. And do I feel any type of worry over that? I mean, if you want to gangbang, you're going to gangbang, right? If you still wanted to participate in things in prison, man, you're going to reap what you sow. So you're going to toil in that motherfucking soil, indubitably in there. Menudo style. Vatos are always going to be waiting to get with your program. That's a fact. But I don't wish violence on no one at the same time, man. Even though these vatos are still with the gangbang and all that, doesn't mean that I want gang members to die. What the fuck does that look like, right? They're human beings. But there's a lot of vatos that I'm talking to, man, that have been on the 4 yard that find themselves in different type of predicaments, right? There's some vatos that are over there on the S&Y side, bro, that went over there because they literally fell out of bad standings within their prison organization or their gang. And they've been functioning on those yards for 20 plus years, trying to stay out the way, trying to program, just trying to fucking find some shred of whatever they can to go home. And what this is doing is fucking up that whole program. Now, I know you say to yourself, fuck them, they're trash anyways. It doesn't matter, but it does, bro, because trash is also human beings. Okay, we're talking about human beings. We're talking about brown people, white people, black people, amarillo. We're talking about a little bit of everything. Living, breathing humans that are being sacrificed, basically. They're being told, hey, you're going to go on these yards. Now, I understand with the guys that still want to gangbang and the guys that want to be part of the ruckus and part of the fucking problem and not the solution. Go, right? Go, reap what you sow. Pay attention to the man behind the curtain because he's going to be the one with the biggest piece of steel. That's on them, man. You know, when you go to prison, everybody knows what they sign up for. Especially in California. You know, the prison politics are going to deem that you have to go with your people, Holmes, that you have to function how you function. And it is what it is, Holmes. But he doesn't want to take into it. Oh, well, we're going to fucking make him take into it. That's just how it is. Let's get orale. And in that fashion. But for the most part, bro, you just go in there, you do your tiempo, you rock when you have to rock, Holmes. You get your visitas, your packages, lockdown situations. Go with the overflow. Not the ad saying overflow, but the overflow of the linea. Go with the flow, okay? Now I understand. I myself have been put in situations that probably could have been avoided, man, if I'd have just shut up and went with the program, right? I'm sitting here and I get to practice telling me this and telling me that. I should practice what I preach, you know? But, you know, whenever your whole heart is into something, man, and you've been taught a certain way, then you're going to fucking speak your mind, right? I've also been taught to speak my mind and let it be known how I stand and where I rock. So, you know, I was in a catch-22. I got lucky when I got off. I didn't catch a 22 bullet to my nalga. Either way, shit happens. But for the most part, man, if you go with the flow, you fly under the radar, you just do your thing, man, your time will be hopefully all right. You know, for the most part. So there are times at the end of the day when you're like, oh, man, I don't even want to go through it. You're going to go through it every fucking day. That's prison, right? Now, with what the CDC is doing now, these integrations and all this, man, this is wild, right? And I know we sit here and we chop it up and we talk about it and I tell you guys about, hey, they're doing this and they're doing that. And some of us like, you're slow, Holmes. They've been doing this shit since 2000. I know they've been doing it, Babos. You think I'm Johnny come lately? That my name doesn't start with the J, it starts with the A. Hey, what's happening? You know what I mean? It's not trip out. I'm not worried about none of that. What I'm talking about is the panic and distress that these guys that are just trying to program are going through right now. I talked to some vatos the other night, man. They're like, fuck, bro. They say, you know what's a trip on this yarda right now, gun? I said, well, what's a trip? They said, a lot of these vatos out here are such fucking dope fiends, Holmes. They're out here chasing the bolsita. They're out here chasing the bag. And not the type of bag we're chasing, right? They're chasing that bag. Yerba, shit like that, Holmes. They don't even know what's going on. Their head is too much in that spoon to really worry about what the CDC is doing behind the scenes and what they got coming. And they go, it's a sad situation. There's fucking vatos preparing on that yarda for guerra. There's vatos getting things sharpened. There's vatos that are like, fuck, Holmes, my flux capacitor. This is the way my flux capacitor works. Sometimes in the middle of the night it goes and I use it, and sometimes it just dims and can't even move. There's vatos in there that don't know what to do. Okay, one of the individuals I talked to, been chopping it up with them for a while, man, on the 4-yard. Just a real dude, man, who was a very close associate of a prison organization for over 12 to 13 years. He was on a vato's hip, Holmes. Meaning he was the one. He was right there. He was facilitating a lot of messages, a lot of different things for a lot of years. So he was privy to a lot of conversations and privy to the inner workings of this particular organization. Now, we're not going to say to what degree of organization, the highest degree. But we're not going to speak on that organization because that's their business. But I will say that, so he was privy to a lot that was going on at them times. The real times, when it was really motherfucking cracking. When the whip was, you know what I mean? Bang, bang. So he's like, you know, after him defecting away and finding himself in a situation where he pretty much had no choice but to get on down the fucking yellow brick road because everybody around him was getting hit and whacked in his little ramfla. He finds himself on a 4-yard, you know, and for the last 10, 15 years, man, this Valto's been programming, just staying out the way, not getting write-ups, trying to do his own thing. And it doesn't matter what fucking yarda he finds himself on. He went through the 50-50 yards where he was supposed to establish homes, plant his flag, and get off. He went through that. He done that. He's been through Corcoran shoe and Pelican Bay shoe and every type of fucking zapato that's in the store. So okay, I'll take the new SB Dunk Hulks. Okay, he's been in those too. He's been everywhere. So we had a fucking real civil conversation, man, a heart to heart. And he's like, damn, bro, after everything that I've done in my life that I try to make retribution for, you know, like I made a lot of mistakes. I was a killer. I still am, but to a different degree, right? And I said, I understand. Is it like a Chuck Norris or a Bruce Lee degree? He was like, it's pretty much like you know what I mean? Like a Mundo Ramo degree. I said, okay, that's even better. So anyways, after chopping it up with him, and he's like, bro, I'm very concerned. He said, scared is not in my vocabulary, you know? He's like, I'm not a scared guy, bro. This is not what I do. I'm in prison. I understand that. I know the ramifications for the things that I've done in my life. And I'm here now. He said, but what I am, bro, is very concerned, not only with my well-being. He goes, my preparation skills for guerra are real. You know, if you think I'm not ready, if I'm not strapped up, so you got another thing coming, because the way I do it, the way my bank works, is I take a piece of steel out of the table, and then I sharpen it, and then I'm over here with it. I said, no, I understand. So I said, calm down, calm down. You know, it's that serious. You're talking to the gun here. I'm the one that does the fast talking. He said, look, bro, I'm concerned with what's going on and how it's in disarray on these yards now. People are getting moved from here to there, the middle of the night. They're snatching these guys up, throwing these guys over here. Vatos are trying to save face, walking on the tira like they're all hard, but they know. I know as soon as they hit that sally port, oh my God, I'm so scared. I'm trying to go. You know what I mean? He already knows what time it is. He knows by doing time and being that high ranking of a person at one point, who's about what on that yarda and who's gonna fucking just cry all the way to the building. And he says it's unfortunate the way it's going, you know. A lot of people are out there in the calles and they're just waiting with con popcorn, con corn nuts with fucking tapatio on them. Orale, snack time. We're going to watch and see how this all plays out. He says, man, it's unfortunate for these guys that are becoming victims because the way they're doing is they're just taking 5, 10 at a time and throwing them in a building and mixing actives. And you already know, he goes, you already know what politics deem, bro. Vatos got to take charge. Vatos got to do what they do. That's just a fact, man. That's just a fact. That's just part of prison. He says, we know what we got coming, man. He said, a lot of us just want to do our pinchy time, but we're just trying to do our time and get the fuck on. He says, now, of course, people are going to be out there and be like, well, these vatos know what they signed up for in the beginning. Me la pela, right? Get them, eh? Oh, Chucky, get up, right? And he was like, and I'm Chucky, Holmes, and I intend to get up. He goes, I don't want to kill anyone, eh? I don't want to do, I've done it before. I don't want to. He goes, I just want to fucking do my time and get on, Holmes. And go fucking bomb my old lady, Holmes. I want to go to Arby's too, gun. I was like, I understand. I was like, right now they're having a 3-for-1 special. También, hey, it's fucking bomb too, hey. He was like, yeah, I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to see what that'd be like one time. It's been a minute since I've been offended. I said, it's been longer than a minute. It's just been like an hour for you. Something to that effect. Anyways, so as our conversation kept going, I seen the hurt and the anguish in his heart. Not necessarily for him. He was speaking on more for other people. He was like, bro, it is what it is. My fate is what it is. I've been doing time, Holmes. If this is how it ends, if the grind ends here, the grind ends here. He goes, but a lot of people don't understand their situation. And he goes, and I feel for these cats. Because a lot of these cats ain't really been nowhere. A lot of these cats that are in these SNYers that really have not been on main lines or anything, that just automatically went into the SNYers and decided to join these prison organizations or gangs that have sprung up and have been fucking the new anomaly. You know, they just came out of nowhere. These guys are going to feel it. They're going to feel what it feels like to be on general population yardas with true people that have their bad intentions at heart. You know what I mean? Oh, let's go on. You're the bully, Sasuke, when you're Debo. Hey, that's my boy, punk, right? Yeah, right? But now, you're not Debo no more, Holmes. Now, guess what? Damon's coming to town. So again, he loves it when they're fresh and they're squirming, right? Damon, I am a boy. Well, then get the fuck on, because guess what? So again, fresh fish, ain't nothing like it, right? You better just take it. It's going down. Vatos are going to get booked, right? They've been getting booked. But people are not realizing the situation and how drastic it is. Now, there's a network of vatos that are on the 4-yard right now that are basically getting their shit together, Holmes. I had a 3- and 4-way phone call with a couple individuals. To what institutions and prisons? I ain't gonna say shit, right? But we just chopped it up. And I will say that a lot of them are concerned, man. They're concerned because what they're doing is they're taking active individuals to these yardas. And some of them are getting off right when they get there. Some of them are staying. And they're nervous because they're like, the vatos that are staying, but they're staying to themselves. I said, well, you're about a baboso and a half shot. I'm not even going to tell you the get down. Sasuke, you should already know the get down. But since the wind's blowing, I'll give you a hint. It's coming, Winterfell, right? And then that's it, you know? And a lot of these guys are like, oh, no, they're going to stay on the yard. It's going to be all good. Everyone's going to program. Okay, that's your story. You can cry if you want. Do it to your party. Do whatever you want. At the end of the day, man, be aware of your surroundings. That's prison, man. In prison, you got to be aware of everything. Now, Whatever's happening, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. We're going to let it happen. And there's nothing I can say. But the homeboy that I talked to very close, you know, we've been chopping it up. He's like, bro, these vatos are babosos. These vatos are out there going to establish and book everybody in their life. I said, I know. What the orale? Let it happen. What can you do? Just pay attention to the day they tell you to roll it up. He said, so let's go. We're getting off in R&R. I said, I already know. Me too. That's what I would do. You need to understand on all sides. I know everybody's watching this. Active, non-active. You know what I mean? I'm concerned with all you guys' safety, bro. Straight up. I'm one of the ones out here that's going to go get at whoever I can get at to try to fucking stop this. Why? I'm going to take the initiative to do that with a few homeboys, man. We're going to go rock. We're going to go fucking get at people and lawyers and things and try to make something happen because you're our people, right? Not just the brown people. I got love first and foremost. You already know how that goes. Let's get sprinkle in the white, sprinkle in the white. We got love, homes, for all people, man. And we think that what they're doing to both sides, active and non-active, bro, that ain't going to fly, bro. That ain't cool. You know, we don't want to see any of you vatos getting any more time than you already got, homes. You guys deserve a chance. You're fucking doing time, homes, and you're punished while you're doing time. That's your punishment, homes. You shouldn't be punished for doing time. We see this as fucking genocide, homes. We see this as something that isn't righteous. On either side, I have no horse in the race. I have no stake in this, homes. Just because I'm a non-functioning norteño that doesn't get down like that, bro, doesn't mean that I don't got love for the homeboys that do. Doesn't mean I ain't got love for the vatos that don't. So I got a little bit of love in my heart. Hey, have a little love in your heart. Oh, you didn't know I knew that song? Huh? I do. Bye, menudo. Anyways, with that being said, man, most of these guys that were defectors from organizations that are on the SNY side, and most of these guys that are just trying to program, they don't want that smoke, bro. They're concerned. They're nervous, vato. They're like, damn, bro, if I'd have known it was going to be like this, I would have never came over here and programmed for the last 20 years. Imagine programming for the last 20 years with being told that, man, you're just going to be over here. You don't got to worry about nothing other than what you get yourself caught in. There's a lot of guys that stayed away from those extracurricular activities. They stayed away from these new prison gangs sprung. They're just doing their own time, homes. They're just trying to get their college education, go to programs, go to work, get on fucking down the road, right? They're being told it's for naught, homes. Now, so hey, Spencer, hey, you been here how long? Oh, you've been working the same holiday? You've been doing good, huh? You haven't had a write-up? Yeah, hey, we need you. You're going over here going to the actives. But the way that shit works is, we don't care how it works. This is the way this works. Boom. Done. It's unfortunate, right? There's no way, man, us as a gente, as people that have people incarcerated, should stand for this, man. We need to rise up as a people, man, and talk to politicians, talk to our local leaders, man. Do what we can to help these individuals out. I'm on all sides. I'm not speaking on just fucking non-actives. I'm not promoting that cagada, right? I'm promoting, man, helping people in general, these people in prison. You guys don't really get the grasp or the understanding of what's happening. Okay, we need to help. Like this, they need help. Their voices crying out in the woods and no one's hearing them because there's too much fucking fog and mist. You know, vatos are going to get a lot of time, life in some situations. There's going to be a guerra, there's war, right, that's happening. And we're not even hearing about it. I'm telling you, on Friday, they snatched 5 more vatos up, threw them over there to this yard. They're trying to fucking integrate everyone. It's not going to work, homes. If you've been to prison and you know what prison is, it's never, ever, ever, ever going to work. Okay, vatos that are non-active and been in certain situations cannot function on the same yards as vatos that have not been. It's just not the way the fucking cookie crumbles. There's politics to this shit, homes. And hey, some of those politics need to be in order. I know a lot of vatos, I'm bouncing, homes. I ain't following. Ain't no man telling me what to do. Okay, then the cop's like, hey, make her bust a right. Well, all right, do what? Hey, bitch, I thought you said no man could tell you what to do. That what to just tell you that what this only 19 years, I tell you what to do. Yeah, but that's different, eh? I don't know how fucking different that is. But anyways, with that being said, you already know. So anyways, man, as gente, as people, man, it's time to talk to whoever we need to talk to, man. Try to put a halt to this shit. This shit is dangerous for our gente, man. That's all I can say on that one, man. I hope you guys enjoy your Sunday. Let's push that motherfucking, let's rock that narrative, man, for the people. All people incarcerated, active and non-active. For those of you that are listening to this, man, hey, I feel your plight, bro. I feel your plight. With that being said, I hope that you move fast with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, orale, at the end of the day, it's all about you, your familia, homes, and your loved ones. What do you got to do? You got to get up, get out, and get some. Bolsita time. If you like this, please hit that like and subscribe, man. Hit that thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Is heavy as the head that wears the crown. You can do that too. I ain't tripping. It is what it is, man. At the end of the day, I'm going to continue to rock and be who I am in a motherfucking perk fashion. The gun. Bang, bang.